You have to admire Pinchas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, a leader who knew how to do the right thing at the right moment. In chapter 25 of Numbers, faced with a crisis, a wave of idolatry, an angry God who started a plague killing tens of thousands of people, a leadership that's totally paralyzed, he takes up his spear and he kills a young man and a young woman who've approached the tabernacle. And he saves his generation. Now, many commentators found that Pinchas' taking the law into his own hands was very problematic. On the other hand, think about it. If you could kill 2 people and save an entire generation, what would you do? Pinchas' zealotry is as opposed to God's jealousy. It's on behalf of God's jealousy. And the words zealotry and jealousy in Hebrew are actually the same emotion, kin'ah. Now, the people of Israel are commanded to love God, and God loves the people of Israel. But God's a jealous God. And like a jilted lover, when the people worship another God, God becomes angry and is capable of great violence. Recognizing this, Pinchas acts in zealotry, in extremism, and saves his generation. But Pinchas himself is not a zealot. And we know this because in chapter 22 of the book of Joshua, after the wars are over, after the land has been conquered, after the soldiers are released, and the children of Reuven, Gad, and half the tribe of Menashe go back to their homes, the first thing they do is build an altar that's identical to the altar in Beit El at the tabernacle. The leadership of the other tribes are infuriated. They raise an army to go and attack the other 2.5 tribes. But who averts the crisis? Pinchas. Leading a delegation, he goes to Gilead and he meets with them and they explain to him and he listens. And here's their explanation, that being so far from the land of Israel, they have to build some sort of a monument and a witness to the fact that they're loyal to God and they want to be part of the Jewish people and they want their children to be part of the Jewish people. And for that reason, they built it. And this is acceptable to Pinchas. And he goes back and he explains it to the leadership and the civil war is averted. Pinchas understood that there's a moment for zealous action and there's a moment for listening. And that most of the time, it's the darkei noam, the gentle ways of Torah, that will strengthen our people and spread God's name in the world. I think this is something that our leadership today could learn from Pinchas, particularly many of our religious leaders in Israel who delegitimize any expression of Judaism that doesn't accord with their worldview. And our secular leaders who, for the narrow considerations of coalition politics, often encourage extreme and outrageous behavior and condone it. It's time for this to end. The Jewish people in the diaspora and in Israel need to be united. We need to work together. We need to draw closer. Our religious leaders need to learn from Pinchas and not drive away people, but bring them closer. Shavua Tov at Schechter.